Journeys. Today's topic will be on the subject of journey. Now, for me right now personally, I feel like in my journey of life, I'm stuck. I paid a visit to my mom yesterday. Spent some time with her, just see how she was doing, and to check into my old living environment. And upon doing so, uh, it brought a sense of sorrow and a sense of something missing. And I found myself today missing what used to be, missing what could have been. I found myself missing a life that possibly just was not meant for me anymore. When one door opens, another one will close, and vice versa. And I have to recognize that. The problem with that is that when you have an emotional attachment to certain things and you're forced to move on, you can move on like mentally and everything, but emotionally, that's going to be the hard problem. That's, because you gotta accept things for what they were, what it was, and let it go. And I'm stuck in that process right now. It's a very hard process, 100%, even now, like, I'm not really doing too much with my life. I feel like I'm in a job that I absolutely do not like, but some of the people there make it very bearable. I'm in a social situation that I don't really like, but there's room for improvement. I'm not feeling too confident with my physical state or even my mental state, but I recognize there's room to grow. And so, like, for me at least, I always have to remind myself that I need to be grateful in these times specifically, because these times are the times that hit me the hardest. When I'm feeling very emotional or like emotionally vulnerable, for example, I need to remind myself to be grateful on this journey of mine, and that I can't rush the end result. We need to take baby steps in our journeys, and I feel like sometimes we as human beings, we tend to try to rush the process, especially if we do not have control. And now, of course, it's not for everyone, but for me specifically, if I can't control a situation, it drives me a little crazy because I feel vulnerable. I feel weak. Not being able to control a situation, no matter what I do, it just makes me feel powerless. And I find myself sometimes making things worse for myself, by just trying to force something that's not meant to be forced. Rather, what I should do is just sit there and wait. And it's a hard thing. It really is a hard thing to not even just understand, but to even do. And I'm learning that on my own right now. To just leave it alone, leave it in God's hands, and just do the most of what I can in this moment, in this lifetime right now. I can't control what happens tomorrow. I can't control what happens 10 years from now. But the things that I do now can impact tomorrow. They can impact the 10 years from now. And so, time is a very weird subject as a whole. I've seen people that live in their past, and then they're like 50, 60 years old, and they're still living out things that could have been or should have been. But due to some unfortunate circumstances or certain things that they've done in their life, it wasn't meant to be, or it never came into fruition because of it. And I feel like a lot of people forget the fact that we can't control time. We just can't. On our journeys, we need to take these baby steps. We really need to take these steps, especially if we have big dreams or big goals. I have to stop myself every time and humble myself, because I tend to think that, oh, I could control this, I could do that. No, you can't. By overestimating things, you tend to make more problems for yourself than you should. I know, especially for me, I used to stress about, where am I going to be 10, 15 years from now? And anything I would do in the present moment, any little thing I would do in the present moment, would mean nothing, because I would think more about the end result rather than the small steps that I've achieved and accomplished. And I think that's a problem. Well, not think, I know that's a problem. I don't know about you guys, of course, but for me, I know it's a very big problem. Everyone's journey is different, but notice that along your journey, you will meet other people. We all will serve a different purpose, and we all will have our own different journeys. But notice how our journeys intertwine. Every time. Everyone I have in my life right now is meant to be here. After some time passes, of course, people will leave you. People will come and go. More people, you'll meet new people. They'll be there for a couple of years, maybe even a week or two. But what you do in the now can impact not just your life. You're not just the main character in the story. And that's a hard pill to swallow. But what you do can impact other people's lives. Everyone around you. Whether you're being an asshole and you're being really rude to people, you're treating them like garbage, and you impact their lives because you're in a negative mood. Rather, if you uplift everyone around you and you're positive, you're cracking jokes, even if you don't feel positive, just treating those other people positively makes them want to do it the same, if that makes sense. It makes them want to treat people more positively as well because they feel good. I've had people who made me feel really good, and it made me feel like, I feel motivated. Maybe I can maybe I can follow through with my plan. Maybe I can get through today. Maybe I can, do this or whatever that was plaguing my mind at the time. And if I can feel like that from people influencing me, I know it's vice versa for sure. After all, it's energy. What goes around comes around. If you treat people negatively, you're bound to have something negative happen to you, or you're bound to feel negative. If you treat people positively, even if you're in a negative situation, you're bound to be around the positive, You're bound to have more people, in the terms of people even, you're not going to find everyone who loves you. You're not. It's impossible. I looked for that years of my life. I've looked for it. It's not real. It's not. You're not going to, everyone you meet is not going to like you. At my job, I have some managers who are assholes, and they don't even know it. It's probably subconscious, or I have one manager that when he gets upset, he takes it out on everyone, or like certain people. He gets all upset. For what? As a leader, when you're put into a leadership position, at least to me, you are required to think and be considerate of those around you. It's a team effort, not a leader effort. It's a team effort. When your team is not doing as good as you are, it's not your job to criticize and bash them and put them down. That's not what a leader does. What a leader really does is he uplifts his team, motivates them, strives them to do better. And as a whole, united, a team, they will work together and get the job done. I've seen a lot of people in my lifetime, even on these journeys, every single time they had the ball, they dropped it. And it reminds me every single time where I can slip up. I can't afford to. I can't. I cannot afford to slip up and drop that ball. Not even just about me, but I care a lot about other people too. And I'd be damned if I make someone feel like hot garbage. Whether it's a work environment or something, I'd be damned if I made someone feel bad. I left the impression that they're an awful person or something. And they go home and they take that anger out on someone, or they take it out on themselves. In the sense of you. Your actions will not only speak for you, but it can speak for the others around you, or those you hold closely. The way you treat yourself is the way you will treat other people. And it's common. You find that along your life journey all the time. People who don't take good care of themselves, they're less likely to take care of other people. I know that from personal experience. I've done that, and I've had people in my life who have been the same exact way, where they don't even bathe themselves. They don't even get in the routine of hygiene and just self-care. Now, I'm not shaming those who don't, because people go through their own mental problems all the time. Whether it's an emotional problem, a physical problem, a mental problem, regardless, it's a problem in itself. So I don't judge with that. But the fact is, you need to prioritize your journey. You need to prioritize those baby steps. And you need to prioritize them with a positive mindset. Even when you don't feel good, you need to prioritize positive thoughts every step of the way. I love you guys, man. I don't know when I'm going to make another video, to be completely honest, but we'll see. Feel free to subscribe, like, share the video with your grandma, your goldfish, your great uncle, grandpa Steve, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.